Hello everybody. It's Wednesday, November 17th. And yesterday I picked 7 games. 7 NBA games. There were 7 games on. And I didn't do as well as I thought. I went 3-4. A dismal 3-4. And it happens. I've never gone 3-4 in my life before in 7 games, but the Nuggets only win by 2 and they're favored by 8. You know, the Bulls beat the Rockets, not supposed to happen. The Wizards without John Wall, win the game. They beat the Raptors, unbelievable. So, what are you going to do? That's sports. But tonight, on Wednesday, November 17th, I got some lockdown games. Now, I'm going to do better this time. I'm going to go at least 6-1. There's one game I'm not too confident about. But the other 6, I feel great about. So here we go. Here's the picks. The first game, the premier game. We got the Phoenix Suns at the Miami Heat. Miami is favored by 8 points. Now, Miami's a good team, great team. They have LeBron, they have Wade, they have Bosh. They have good role players like House, Haslam, Ilgauskas. However, they're not going to cover the spread because the Phoenix Suns are a great basketball team, even without Amari Stoudemire. Steve Nash can control the point and no one else can. He's fast. He can shoot the 3. He'll destroy Chalmers or anybody they put on him. Arroyo. Okay, Hakeem Warwick is playing good. Robin Lopez is playing good. Jason Richardson, Grant Hill, they're all playing good. They just beat the Nuggets 2 nights ago. Okay, and they beat them by a substantial margin. So, it is in Miami, but you know what? Bosh is not playing that well. Wade is up and down, LeBron is up and down, and the rest of the team are role players that are okay, but they're kind of schlock. So take the Phoenix Suns plus the 8 points. Next game, we have the Raptors at my Philadelphia 76ers. Now, I picked the Sixers last night, and they didn't cover the spread. They were tied or up in the game the whole time until the fourth quarter. The Raptors are favored by 4 points. And the Sixers got to win. They got to win sometime. They got a terrible record. They have 2 wins the whole season out of 10 games. And the Raptors are not that good of a ball club. They just lost to the Wizards without John Wall. I'm taking the Sixers plus the 4 points. They are going to cover this spread. The Raptors are just so inconsistent. The players are not that great. The Sixers are gelling together. Turner had a good game last night. I think he has a good game tonight. Sixers plus the 4 points. Next game. This is a good game. This is a good game for me. It's a tough game, but it's a good game. We got the LA Lakers, who covered the spread last night, versus the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. Now, the Lakers are favored by 7.5, but they're in Detroit. So if they were in LA, the line would be 10.5. So that's telling you something. The Lakers are going to crush this game. I'm taking the Lakers to win by 14, 16, 17. Kobe had a good game last night. He's hot. Gasol's playing well. Every one of the Lakers are playing well. They only have 2 losses the whole season. Detroit Pistons have a lot of talent. They have Ben Gordon, Tajon Prince, Rich Hamilton, Stuckey, but they can't get it together. And they're not going to beat the Lakers. And they're not even going to come close with the Lakers. It's not going to be a 5-point game. It's going to be a 17-point game. Take the Lakers in Detroit. Lakers. Next game. We have Dallas at the New Orleans Hornets in New Orleans. Now, Dallas is favored by 4.5. It's an interesting game. 2 nights ago, New Orleans was undefeated. They were 8-0, and they lost to one team, which was Dallas. Dallas beat them by a couple points, 4 or 5 points. Now, New Orleans is a great basketball team this year. Chris Paul is not hurt. Okafor is clogging the middle. Dallas is a good team too, but they can't beat them again. Take the New Orleans Hornets plus the 4.5 points. They're going to win this game outright by 7. I guarantee it. They're not going to lose twice to Dallas in the span of 3 days. It just doesn't happen like that. The line is telling you it's in Dallas. They're favored by 4.5. If it was in New Orleans, it'd be 1.5. Dallas is favored. Why? Because they won the last game. If they didn't win that game, New Orleans would be favored, and Dallas just barely won that game. Next game, we got the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Clippers are favored by 5. Griffin is kind of hurt. I don't want to go into it. Kevin Love's playing great. Timberwolves plus the 5 points. Done deal. People, you think the line, the Clippers are favored by 5 and they're in Minnesota. Take the Clippers. Minnesota. This one will prevail. Minnesota. Bulls at Spurs. You got Chicago at San Antonio. San Antonio favored by 7.5 points. This is a tough game because the Bulls are playing really good. They won last night, okay? But they're playing a back-to-back. The Spurs are a great basketball team. Do they beat them by 8? Do they beat them by 6? I think they beat them by 8. They beat them by 8. The Spurs win by 8. Take the Spurs minus the 7.5 points. They got this one. End of story. Knicks and Kings. Toughest game for a gambler on the schedule. The Kings are favored by 4. Okay, it's in Sacramento. Kings are a dismal team. They lost 5 straight. The Knicks are a dismal team. Okay, but they barely lost to the Nuggets last night. But they're on a back-to-back. But still, they're much better than the Kings. They have much better players. The Kings are all young. They're undeveloped. All they have is Evans, Tyreek Evans. I would take the Knicks. Take the Knicks plus the 4 points. Back-to-back is not always a bad thing. They're in rhythm. They haven't had any days off. They barely lost. They gotta win this game. They gotta beat the Kings. If they don't beat the Kings, then nothing. So I say they win this game. Okay, they win this game by like 3. And if they lose by 1. So take the 4 points. Those are my picks for the day. On Friday, I'll have my football picks. Now, like again I said yesterday, I went 3-4 in NBA games. Terrible. Never went 3-4 in my life. But take these picks tonight. Bet them. You will win. Okay? I guarantee it. Take it from me. Al Silvers. Okay? I'm 35 years old. I've been betting for the past 15 years. Gone 82% in football. Now, never really done NBA. But what else am I going to do? Play pinochle? No. I'm betting games. I'm picking games. These are the picks. Solid picks. Take them. Let's review the picks. I'm taking the Suns plus the 8 points in Miami. Okay. I'm taking the Sixers plus the 4 points at home. I'm taking the Lakers minus 7.5 points. Favored by 7.5 points in Detroit. I'm taking the New Orleans Hornets plus the 4.5 points at home over Dallas. I'm taking the Timberwolves plus 5 points at home versus the Clippers. I'm taking the Spurs minus the 7.5 points. Okay, over the Bulls at home. I'm taking the Knicks plus 4 points in Sacramento over the Kings. Again, this was Al Silvers. It's Wednesday, November 17th. Those are my NBA picks. Last drag.